Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ways of the Sith. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Ways of the Sith. So we're back again, wrapping up the last 3 days of Star Wars Celebration. And boy, oh boy, if you thought the first video was long, I'm going to try to reduce this one and make sure this is a little bit shorter. But there is tons and tons of stuff to cover. So let's not waste any time. And let's just jump right into it. So there were quite a lot of interviews with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau over the course of the entire celebration, and it was just really great to see Filoni's passion. He literally broke down in tears at one point while he was being interviewed on the Star Wars Celebration stage, just thanking the fans for believing in him and supporting him throughout the years, and that if he wasn't doing what he was doing, that he would be one of us. So you can really tell that he just absolutely loves this and loves what he's doing. And I really trust him with Star Wars going forward. He did reveal that the original plan was not a movie for The Mandalorian, but it did have some sort of like big culmination event that they had in mind. So it is cool to see how that evolved now into a movie. It also seems that he spoke a lot about Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I'm very interested now. He's kind of got me questioning my own theory that, you know, they were going to continue the Timothy Zahn novels from the newer canon ones. And it seems like he's going to be pulling a lot of stuff and characters from Heir to the Empire. So it's going to be interesting. I'm very, very intrigued to see what he ultimately ends up deciding to do. And speaking of Grand Admiral Thrawn, we finally got our confirmation that Lars Mikkelsen is going to play him in live action. Lars voiced the character for Star Wars Rebels, and it literally is the character. So it's just fantastic to see that he did sign on. I watched an interview where he was saying it was the hardest secret he had to keep, that he's known for quite some time, and he's just been trying not to tell anybody. So I am very, very excited that he is going to get to portray Thrawn in live action. And we got this little quick look at him from the newer Ahsoka trailer that was shown. Dave Filoni also revealed during the Clone Wars panel that Tales of the Jedi will be coming back for Season 2. And how this season is going to differ from the previous one is that he's not going to be directing all of the episodes. He's going to kind of do what George did for him and give some of his understudies a chance at directing some of these episodes for Season 2. So it kind of seems like an all hands on deck type thing, which is really cool. And I'm really interested to see, you know, what they end up doing. Hopefully, maybe they do fuller episodes where maybe we get like Clone Wars length episodes. That would be fantastic instead of just shorts. But if they are shorts, hopefully we get a couple more episodes than just, I think it was 5 that we got in the first season, or 6 in total. But I really loved the first season, so hopefully Season 2, you know, follows suit and we get some more interesting things. Fingers crossed for Dark Disciple to somehow, some way be done. We have to see it, right? It's a Clone Wars arc that was never finished. They got to put it in there. It was also revealed during the Ahsoka panel just who would be directing all the episodes for the season. Dave Filoni, Steph Green, Peter Ramsey from Into the Spider-Verse, who just had a fantastic episode of Mandalorian. Excuse me for saying this name wrong. Jennifer Getzinger, Geeta Patel, and Rick Famuyiwa. So it looks like we got some great directors. A couple of them I'm not too familiar with, but a few of them have a proven track record when it comes to Star Wars. So I really do anticipate this show just being phenomenal. Also, Dave teased in one of the interviews that those orange lightsabers, yes, orange, are fully intentional. And he also said that they might not be who you think they are. So that gives me hope, guys. That just gives me a little bit more hope to my theory. We also had a Bad Batch panel, which was absolutely fantastic. It started really, really early, but they did show a trailer for season 3 of Bad Batch and announced that it will be the final season of the show. So they did compare it to the original trilogy, where it was kind of always planned to be 3 seasons, where the first season mirrored New Hope, the second season mirrored Empire, and this last season will be basically its Return of the Jedi season. I did get to see some of the footage from the trailer. It showed Omega and Crosshair kind of relying on one another in Mount Tantus. She keeps trying to get through to Crosshair, and Crosshair just seems defeated and like he's given up. That was really cool. We did see a lot of Palpatine in the trailer, showing that he's going to be heavily involved and Mount Tantus is going to be heavily involved. They did say during the panel that we're going to see the experiments that they're doing at Mount Tantus and just what they're doing with the clones. So that's going to be really interesting. And of course, the tease at the end about Omega's sister, they said we're going to find out everything when season 3 kicks off. It also showed like the Bad Batch is on the hunt for her and still looking. And that kind of seems like how the season's going to be split, with Omega and Crosshair being in Mount Tantus and the rest of the team gathering themselves to go find Omega. We did see that Fennec Shand is going to be a part of the season, so I do still have a question, like, if she's going to interact with Omega again for a second time now, and she's with Boba in the future, don't you think she would tell Boba, like, hey, I know your sister? So maybe that comes up somewhere in the Mandoverse timeline where we get to see Boba and Omega finally meet each other, unless it might happen in Bad Batch. I don't know. We also got to see that Wolf will be a part of the new season too. So we'll see how Wolf gets folded into the group. And we know from Star Wars Rebels that Wolf, Gregor, and Rex are pretty much the last 3 clones that we know of that survived. We also got to see some gameplay footage and the final trailer for Jedi Survivor. And Dave Filoni was asked about Cal Kestis and the possibility of him showing up. He laughed and smiled and said, "You never know what may happen." So, who knows? We could actually get to see Cal Kestis in the current timeline, which would be very interesting. I thought maybe we'd see him and Reva in the Kenobi-like timeline with the Path. But the fact that Filoni kind of gave a little tell there kind of leads me to believe that he might have a trick or two up his sleeve when it comes to Cal Kestis. It was also revealed that 2025 Star Wars Celebration will take place in Japan. So I'm kind of disappointed. I was really hoping that it would be coming to New York for the first time, but Japan is getting it. I think they said it was 15 years or something like that since they've been back to it. So that's going to be cool. Special destination for a lot of people. So that'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. It won't be something that, unfortunately, I'll be able to attend. And now let's get into some brand new reveals from Hasbro. And yes, I'm going to cover TVC too, because I always get people mad at me that I don't ever cover the TVC reveals as well. First up, we got Black Chrysanthemum coming to TVC, and this looks awesome. They also added electronic effects for the brass knucks that are not included with the Black Series, which I'm kind of mad about now. But this looks really, really awesome. We also got a look at the Mandalorian Starfighter. It is not a HasLab. It is straight up a retail release for $129. It looks really, really cool. I'm kind of tempted to pick one up just to have on the shelf because it just looks so awesome. The tease for TVC was that the Ghost will be the HasLab. The rumor is we'll find out around May 4th. They also revealed 9-Nub in TVC. Now, if we can get him in Black Series, we'd be in business. A lot of us really wanted him in the 40th anniversary line for Return of the Jedi, but unfortunately, he's nowhere to be found. They also showed off Moff Gerard from Return of the Jedi. A lot of people probably anticipating finally building out the rest of their Imperials, and Darth Revan. Now, I'm not sure if this is the one that was pipelined a while back and then canceled, but it is finally going to be available. In the upcoming Vintage Collection pipeline, they showed off the Grand Inquisitor, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Tar Vizsla, Krennic, and then Revan. So like I said, I'm not sure if that Revan picture is the previously shown off one and then one that was never released, or if that is the brand new one. Now, as far as Black Series reveals go, we got a look at the 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper helmet, which I think I'm going to order this. This looks incredible. I really wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but the fact that they weathered it is just such a nice touch. I definitely think I'm in on that. We also got a look at a Force Ghost 3-pack featuring Anakin, Yoda, and Obi-Wan, totally all redesigned. Yoda's on the proper buck, and we got Anakin Force Ghost. I did see people complaining that it's not a Sebastian Shaw head or that one is not included, but for me, Hayden is Vader, so I am very happy with this. I think I'll be needing two, one to keep in box and then one to open. They also announced another one I was very, very excited for, was Jabba the Hutt. He hadn't been released since 2014, I believe it was, when the line first launched, and this version was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version, so I am super happy that it is getting re-released because it is very pricey and I'm missing it from my collection. We also got to look at the Cad Bane from Book of Boba Fett, which I think we all knew was coming. That finishes off that wave. We also got a new Royal Guard on the Connor Jax buck. They just changed out and gave it the old school tunic. It would have been nice though if they would have included, along with the shock sticks, the blade too, so then this way you could buy multiples and display them for any iteration of the Royal Guard. But I do like these. I probably will end up picking up two of them. We got a new Vader with a removable helmet that looks really, really good on the newer updated mold of Vader. We also finally, long overdue, got a new R2-D2 that comes with all of these interchangeable parts and just is perfect. I probably will be replacing all of the R2s in my collection with the new one. We got another Luke, which I know we're getting tired of Luke's because this is probably like the third one back to back to back that's being released, but they really nailed the sculpt on this. This looks actually really, really good. So I probably will be replacing my Return of the Jedi Luke. And then this one came after the panel, which for whatever reason they didn't show it off, but we're getting Old Master Maul. And this is awesome. I didn't think we were going to get this simply because I didn't know if we were going to be getting more Rebels characters, but this is in the Gaming Greats line, I guess because of Battlefront, so I am very, very excited. And another one that was surprisingly not revealed during the panel, we're getting Doc Ondar from Galaxy's Edge and Black Spire Outpost. So this is really, really cool, and it's the first time we're getting a Hammerhead in the line, so I'm sure a lot of people will be grabbing multiples of this, taking the cloak off and making, just random Hammerheads for their cantina and street scenes and stuff like that. So really cool. He comes with some great accessories. I got to give it to the Star Wars team. They really knocked this whole panel out of the park. I'm going to be very interested if the Ghost does end up being the HasLab. I'm going to be very interested in what the price is going to be. If it's under $400, I think it's very feasible that it will get backed. If it's over that, I think they're going to have a tough time. But they did do a fantastic job. The new girl who was on the end, I did not catch her name, but she needs to be on every panel going forward. She did a fantastic job. She had an enthusiasm that was lacking from this brand for a long, long time. So I would definitely like to see her doing more of these presentations going forward, because it was very much welcome to see somebody who enjoyed what they were presenting to people. And lastly, we have the Black Series pipeline reveals. We have General Grievous, which is a GameStop exclusive, Walmart exclusive Kenobi from the end of the Kenobi show in his Mythos Obi-Wan gear, which some would say. It's a really easy custom to make, but I'm surprised that they're doing it, honestly. We're getting a Force Ghost Qui-Gon Pre Vizsla in the Black Series line. a Walmart exclusive Anakin Vader with the helmet cracked, and a brand new 501st Trooper, which is long overdue on the new body. So I'm very happy about all of these being teased. Some great releases, some upcoming things. There's still a lot of stuff that we need in the Black Series line, but hopefully they start chipping off at some of these one by one. So overall, this was probably one of the better celebrations in recent years. They really knocked it out of the park, from the movie announcements, the toy announcements, all of the upcoming stuff they have going on. Star Wars seems like it's in a great state, and I'm really looking forward to everything going forward. It should be fun. We just have to try to enjoy it the best we can and hope that these movies happen, hope that everything that they have planned actually comes to fruition, and that nothing derails anything further. But thank you guys so much for taking time to check out the videos and staying up to date with all of my coverage on Celebration. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, may the Force be with you.
We would be honored if you would join us.